Steve Olsen says that this is a huge orb in the sky. Now, I'll show you the truth. Hey everyone, this is Kevo, and welcome to another video for Right Side Up, the truth review channel for you. Well, as you can see, this is episode 4 of my WSO Wormwood Snake Oil Medicine for the Masses Charlatan Awards. And in this special edition, I spotlight the medicine man that is the namesake of these awards, Steve WSO Olsen. A video that has come from my neck of the woods shows what appears to be a bright light in the sky that would be something other than our sun. The people in the video are certain of what they see, and Steve Olsen decided to run with that. Well, sit tight while I give you some information and examples that will help you see the clues that will show you the truth. The first thing I would like to do is introduce you to the topic of marine cloud brightening. This topic is based on the belief that clouds have a reflective value that varies due to a range of factors, and that reflective value can be altered due to deliberate and/or unintentional manipulation of the controlling factors. Marine cloud brightening is essentially an effect on clouds that occurs naturally, but can also be enhanced or even diminished virtually at will. If you start with Wikipedia, you see that marine cloud brightening is currently observed, which means that it is formally acknowledged as being real and currently taking place. And the main contributing factor is some of today's emissions from sea vessels. On top of that, they can increase the reflective value of the clouds in a more controlled way by introducing ingredients into the mix, such as sea salt, for example. This changes the water particle size and therefore the reflective value. There is a bit more to it than that, so you can follow some of the links in Wikipedia, do a Google search, or check out YouTube, and that will keep you going with plenty of corroborating evidence to show you that this is a current effect that we are seeing in our skies. The source of such changes can come in various forms, and just how widespread this is and how much it contributes to what we see is an aspect that must be taken into consideration when trying to draw a conclusion. Given that the location is the Gold Coast, situated on the golden beaches of the southeast corner of sunny Queensland, where there is plenty of salt, and also if we take a look at MarineTraffic.com, we see plenty of sea vessels passing these shores, and as well as culminating in what seems like a large intersection of some sort in the Coral Sea. By going on to earth.nullschool.net and looking at the wind directions in the days leading up to and including the day of the footage in question, we see that a lot of emissions would be heading in the direction of the Gold Coast. So if you're with me so far, you would have to agree that it is fair to say that the clouds over the coastal areas are subject to varying degrees of reflectiveness, be it intentional or otherwise, that would make them more reflective, and furthermore that it is quite plausible to also say that the clouds in this footage would be subject to this effect. I'll come back to this a little later on. The next thing I would like you to be aware of is the way a camera will focus on the dominant light source and will succumb to the effects of overexposure based on the angle and intensity of the light. In this example that I filmed myself, although I do not do a full pan around, the movement that I do make is enough to see the effect. We can see that as I move the camera, the functions of the lens system do what they can to process the image as it truly is. However, the light intensity mixed with the camera angle and the camera functions adjusting to suit shows us otherwise. Once you understand and acknowledge what I just said about the relationship between the angle of view and the image seen, then you will realize that the position of the viewer will also play a part in what is visible. It is exactly the same as why you see a different scene when looking into a mirror from various positions. It's all to do with angles. I will elaborate a bit more later. Steve Olsen says that he is thankful that the girls are explaining what is going on and that they pan around. Well, Steve, I too am thankful for this, and after I explain why, then you will be wishing they didn't. In this scene, there are clouds that the girls claim to be chemtrails, which is irrelevant, but the point is that there are some streaky clouds around, and this bright patch is at the end of one of those clouds in the larger, denser area. Now, let me just say at this point that I am not accusing these ladies of any type of deliberate deception. However, I must inform you that they are wrong in their evaluation of what they captured, and now Keeping in mind what I have already shown you, I will tie it all together with the evidence that is right in front of your eyes in the video provided by the Queensland beachgoers. When you look at this clip, you are drawn to the bright area in the centre of the screen, and coupled with what is being said, as the camera pans around, your focus and thoughts are towards that centre spot as it leaves the scene and then as it comes back in again. That's a natural response whilst viewing this footage. What it means though is that you miss some of the clues. As the camera pans around, we can see that some of the clouds change in their intensity of brightness and then dim again as they pass through the scene. This is simply due to the angle required to view the reflected light from any given cloud. Do your own experiments with your camera and you will capture what I am saying for yourself. The ladies also point out that whilst they are looking at what they perceive to be an orb in the sky, the people further along the beach are oblivious to its presence. The reason for this is the same as a rainbow's position and intensity being relative to the viewer's position in relation to the light source and the end result. In other words, the people down the beach see the light hit and reflecting off the clouds from different angles, so the image that is rendered in the back of their eyeballs is different to what someone further up the beach would see. Steve Olsen, I allege that you put this footage up as clickbait to lure in the lost and lonely to fleece them of their gold. In this 5.5-minute video that you published, you show 1.5 minutes of the clip, followed by 3.5 minutes of you blowing hot air up everyone's tailpipe, ending with a bit more of the clip that was obviously longer, but you cut it short. The girls were going to see if the orb faded out or not.
I just want to see if this is going to fade out now.
Why did you choose not to show us that footage, Steve? At no point at all in this video did you address what was visible within the clip. So, Mr. Steve WSO Olsen, it is with great pleasure that for the 4th and final episode of the highly acclaimed WSO Charlatan Awards, I have the privilege and honour to not only bestow upon yourself the Charlatan Award trophy, but to also crown you Snake Oil Douchebag of the series. Help me help spread the real truth. Just like always, make sure to give this video the thumbs up and share it everywhere. Let me know what you think by dropping a comment below. Subscribe to Right Side Up for more truths, and when you do, click on the bell to set notifications, and if you want to get up to speed, then definitely check out my other videos. If you have other related material that you would like to share, you can send it to rightsideupcontributions@gmail.com. I thank you for your time. I hope that you found this video helpful in your search for the truth. Come and investigate with me, and together, let's get everyone right side up.